Welcome back to American Textbook Reading. I'm Brian Stewart. What do you think of when you look at these pictures? What do you think of? May you think of something that is boring and not like it. Do you think of this? Maybe not it, but if you look at this, you can see we have condensation, evaporation, transpiration, percolation, and precipitation. Okay, now are you ready for some of the vocabulary words that we're going to learn today? Let's get started. The first vocabulary word, it is cloud. We have the word cloud. Cloud is a puffy white thing that is in the sky during noon and in the afternoon. It is tiny water drops that are together in the sky. Now we have evaporate. You see in the book, you see a big pool. You also see it's not filled with water and the boy wants to swim there, but it doesn't have. What happened with all the water? The water evaporated. It's been there a long time. So it's sunny. Maybe it's summer, so the sun just evaporated. Maybe one day the boy will stay at home and all the water in the pool will rain down. So that is some of the stages in the cycle of the water cycle. Let's move on with the next word. The next word is condensation. Condensation, or just any word. It is condensation. What is condensation? It's a verb for the nature. What is condensation? Condensation is just like the sky has little water vapor, and the water vapor will turn into little water drops. The water drops, and then the next word will be the next stage of the water cycle. Now, what is the next word? Did you know that? Do you recognize these words? Have you learned about these words before? You know these two words that I just explained to you. But do you know these three words? You just look at the water cycle. We have evaporation, means that from the land, which is in the pond, lake, stream, river, or sea, after that, it evaporates. It evaporates into the sky. The sun makes the water from the pond evaporates. After evaporation is done, it will be the condensation stage. Means that the clouds or the water vapor will turn into some clouds, some little blue clouds. After that, for a few days or a few years, they will grow bigger, heavier and heavier, and they need to fall. And then, after all the water from the clouds had finished falling, the clouds just turn to normal clouds again. After normal clouds appear, next, the water from the trees or the rain, which is right here, it will go down to the trees and bushes and dust or ground here. After it goes into the ground, the underground water carries the water to the sea, lake, pond, river, stream, to the same sea, lake, pond, river, stream, or sea, or any other types of water It can be stored or it can be just like that. Now, after explaining to you, after I'm finished explaining to you, do you recognize these words already? After explaining to you, do you recognize these words? I know you do. You just lied to me that you don't. But you do, because I've explained all the words here. We have evaporation, condensation, precipitation, transpiration, percolation, and it starts all over again. Everything has cycles, just like in a few previous lessons before, I taught you that we have some life cycles, like the human life cycle, the frog life cycle, the butterfly life cycle, and how plants germinate. And also we have water cycle. It starts at the pond to the sun, and it forms clouds to rain clouds. Then it falls down as rain. After that, it goes to the trees and ground. It goes and back to pond, lake, stream, river, or sea. Now, have you understand all the vocabulary words and all that I explained? I've explained about the water cycle and some of the vocabulary words, which is evaporation, evaporate, or condensation. And we haven't discussed these words, but we won't have them in the reading section. But we haven't discussed these words. But now you recognize or understand these words, what they mean and what they meant. Now you understand these words, alright? Now let's do some questions, true and false questions. First, the first question, what is it? Water evaporates from the pond to the sky. True or false? True. The water from the pond evaporates to the sky. And for a few long years, the pond will eventually be just dust. It will eventually be just dust. And people may bury some people there. And after that, some rain will come down and bury that man under it. Or for a few years, the land will cover again. Now, have you understand the first question? Let's see if you understand the second question. The second question. Evaporation means to go from water to water vapor. Water vapor to water. True or false? False. Evaporate means from water to water vapor, not water vapor from water. So we have to change that to condensation. Condensation. Okay? Now we'll move on. Condensation means to be from water to vapor. True or false? False. Condensation is from vapor to water. So you just see it evaporates. It evaporates from first it starts at the evaporation. It evaporates to here, and after that the condensation part starts. Then from the water vapor, the condensation part starts. It will turn into little balls or ice balls as it is winter, but it can be water balls or water droplets in the sky. After that, They form together. They form together. Now it's also the condensation part. They form together and be some clouds. After a few weeks or months, they will fall as snow or rain. But now it's hot, so it doesn't rain much. Now, let's answer the third question. The fourth question. This is a very easy question that doesn't need to be in this lesson. But I'm asking you if you know where to find me or where to buy my books. Where do you buy my books? You can email me or the Real Brian Story. Now, let's look at some pictures in the vocabulary. And now can you see some pictures of the vocabulary? Focus on the evaporation and the condensation. Okay? Why? Evaporation means, first, I'll ask you a question. What means from water to water vapor? What means from water to water vapor? Evaporation. And what means from vapor to water? Condensation. And now, have you understand all the things that I've taught you? Now let's take a short break and come back and we'll do the speaking section. Don't go away. I just closed my eyes so you won't see me, but now let's begin. First, now are you ready? Let's begin. Water moves from place to place. Why? It is because of the water cycle. The water cycle starts as a pond. After that, the pond will evaporate. The pond will evaporate, so the water will be all gone. And now we'll focus on the evaporation. Next, the evaporation will come up into the sky. The vapor will come up into the sky. Then, after the water vapor had reached the tippy top or the peak of the clouds, they will slowly, or you can't see water vapor, but water vapor will slowly cool down and they will become water droplings. After those water droplings appear, they will form together again. After that, there are lots of them. After that, all the water droplings come and a big rain cloud or lots of big rain clouds come over the city. And then they will spray or the water in there will fall down to the ground. It will fall down to the ground. After that, after the ground, if they usually fall in the dust that we use to plant trees in the city, maybe the trees will grow up or they will collect, or the soil or their roots will carry the water to the sea, pond, lake, stream, or river. Okay? After that, as the pond will just carry it to your faucet, and then you can have a nice drink. But first, it needs to be cleaned first too. It needs to be cleaned. Then they put in a special tank, and the tank will carry it to your faucet. I couldn't believe it. There are lots of faucets. There's lots of faucets. So maybe there will be lots of tanks there to fill the water, and then the faucet will come out. And you can have a nice drink. yummy. Or you can have some juice. You can get some lemons and then squeeze it into the water and have lemon juice. Okay? But it'll be a little not tasty because you taste a lemon, it will be very sour. So maybe if you want to make lemonade or lemon juice, you can have some sugar in it. You can add some little drops of sugar in it, and finally you have a nice drink. Yum, yum, yum. And now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe me more. Smash the like button and click the bell and smash the subscribe button. Click the bell so you can always come to my videos to learn with me. And also, I'll tell you some of my the name and where you can find my lessons. It will be at American Textbook Reading, Science, Social Studies. You can write Science 1, Science 2, Science 3, Science 4, or Social Studies 1, Social Studies 2, Social Studies 3, and Social Studies 4. Actually, I do have Social Studies 4, but I didn't want to teach you that yet because it's a little hard for you, but it's also fun, but it's hard for you. So I think I shouldn't teach you that first. But I'm going to teach you from 1 to 3. And you write your favorite lesson, and then you write my name after that plus search in YouTube, or you can find my lessons also in Facebook. And now, goodbye.